In the shadowed corners of the Atlantic Ocean, depths so profound that the sunlight barely brushed the surface, whispers of ancient beasts persisted, monsters that defied the very laws of nature. For generations, sailors had spoken of unseen terrors lurking in the abyss, but no one truly believed they'd encounter one. That is until the night Emily Carter, an ambitious marine biologist, boarded the research vessel Odyssey with her team, seeking proof of these legendary Leviathans. It was late evening when the ship's sonar systems began to pulse erratically. Initially, the readings were dismissed as equipment malfunctions, but persistence revealed something far more sinister. A massive, irregular echo rumbled beneath them, growing louder, closer, as if a colossal creature was approaching. The crew, seasoned and wary, exchanged uneasy glances. Emily, driven by her relentless curiosity, rallied her team to prepare for a final dive near the detection site at first light. As dawn seeped into the sky, they descended into the icy blackness. Through the thick clarity of the submersible window, they glimpsed the ocean's silent, eerie beauty, gigantic swaying forests of kelp, schools of luminous fish darting through the gloom. But then, darkness. A shadow rose from the depths, larger than any whale. It was the Leviathan, a nightmarish colossus, its skin mottled and rough, threaded with barnacles and scars of ancient wounds. Its eyes, dark and glowing, stared through the glass with an intelligence that chilled Emily in her core. The creature's immense maw parted as it made a low, guttural sound that vibrated through the water, a sound that felt like despair and rage fused into one. Before they could retreat, the beast surged upward, smashing the submersible with a force that rattled teeth and bones. Air escaped the cabin, and shouts erupted from above, but Emily's focus was fixated on the Leviathan's eyes, possessed with an otherworldly hunger that hinted at an intelligence beyond human ken. Suddenly, the crew members saw it. Fragments of ancient wreckage, remnants of ships lost to the abyss, swirling around the Leviathan as if caught in a watery grave. The creature's body shimmered with bioluminescent patterns, eerily luminous in the dark, resembling rune-like symbols woven into its flesh. Emily's heart pounded as she remembered the old legends her grandfather once told her, of these beastly Leviathans acting as guardians of cursed secrets, ancient sentinels for something far darker than just the sea's depths. The Leviathan's gaze turned to her submersible, perceiving her as a threat or perhaps as a kindred spirit. It emitted a guttural sound once more, a plea, a warning, or a curse. The submarine's systems flared, flickering violently under the beast's gaze, and then everything went dark. For moments, there was only silence, an oppressive, suffocating silence. When the lights flickered back on, they found the Leviathan had vanished, leaving behind only the silence and the wreckage of the submersible. The team scrambled to surface, their minds filled with horror and questions. The ocean was once again serene, deceiving in its calmness. Back on deck, Emily's hands trembled as she reviewed the footage she managed to record before the darkness overtook them. The images showed the Leviathan, more than just a beast, an ancient entity etched with symbols, alive with a consciousness that seemed to understand them better than they understood themselves. She knew, somehow, they had disturbed a primal guardian, something that shouldn't be awakened. Over the next few weeks, Emily struggled to reconcile her experience. Nightmares haunted her, featuring the glowing eyes of the Leviathan, its endless depths calling to her like a siren's song. An insidious feeling grew within her, as if the beast's presence had seeped into her very mind. She became obsessed with deciphering the symbols she saw in the bioluminescence, convinced they held the key to understanding the creature, and perhaps, the reason it was guarding the abyss. But the more she studied, the more sinister the symbols appeared. They seemed to shift and writhe, as if alive. One night, Emily awoke to an inexplicable faint glow emanating from her laptop. The screen was filled with strange, runic patterns that looked very much like the ones on the Leviathan's skin. Her heart pounding, she tried to shut the computer down, but the symbols burned into the screen, pressing into her mind. Suddenly, she saw it. The Leviathan's eyes inside her, gazing through her, judging her. A voice, deep and ancient, echoed in her thoughts, whispering secrets of deep time and forbidden knowledge. It told her of its vigil, an eternal guarding of something veiled and terrible beneath the ocean's surface. Desperate, Emily tried to block out the voices, but they only grew louder, spreading like ripples into her mind. The symbols now etched into her skin, visible to the world if anyone looked close enough. Her body felt heavy, as though the ocean's depths had reached inside her and begun to claim her. Days later, Emily disappeared from her lab. Her colleagues found her room empty, save for a strange, glowing pattern on her arm, unnatural yet beautiful, like a map or a ritual scar. No one saw her leave, but sometimes, late at night, locals along the coast report seeing a strange, luminescent figure wandering near the shoreline, eyes glowing with an unearthly light, whispering to the waves. Rumors spread that Emily had become part of the Leviathan's domain, another guardian or prisoner of the ancient depths. And somewhere beneath the waves, in the deepest shadow of the ocean, the Leviathan waits, silent, watchful, forever guarding secrets the surface was never meant to know.